If we think of a snake has a head and the snake has a tail. If you attack the tail of the snake, the head is going to bite you. But most often, if you go for the head of the snake and you use a bag or something, you grab the head of the snake, the tail is useless. Sup guys, Carlos Moreno here from Moreno Boxing TV. 2019. You know I had to drop another video. So today I want to answer a question that's been asked of me a few times by one of the subscribers. And the question is basically, what is the difference between leading with your legs as opposed to leading with your hands in boxing? Very important to make the distinction and understand that we're talking about boxing. We're not talking about kickboxing or MMA. Why is this important? When you're talking about MMA and kickboxing, legs are a weapon. When legs are a weapon, the opponent is going to be a lot more mindful of your legs, of your feet placement, because they're actually a weapon, which means it opens up opportunities for all sorts of techniques. So the feints that you would use with your legs in kickboxing and MMA are going to be way more effective than the feints that you can use in boxing with your legs, because like I said, legs in MMA and kickboxing are a weapon. Second thing to understand is legs in boxing are used primarily for maneuvering and positioning. That's what they're used for. They're not used for attack, the legs, okay? So in boxing, we're utilizing our feet to maneuver ourselves into positions that are advantageous, that can allow us to throw certain shots. Whilst the main weapons in boxing are going to be the hands. Why would someone lead with the legs as opposed to leading with the hands? Like I said, most of the time, positioning. You're looking to set up a shot, you might step in, look for a pivot or something like that to set up a particular shot. You might step in to the left, you might step in at an angle to the right, you might step straight ahead. Why would someone lead with the hands? Straightforward, they want to land shots, okay? So they're here like this. They lead with the hands because they want to land punches, they want to score. That's what boxing is all about. Is there a difference? Yes, there's a difference. If you're going to lead with the feet, normally it's because you're applying pressure to an opponent. So if I'm leading with my feet, it's because I'm applying pressure, The smart thing to do is not to just lead with the feet and then do nothing else, because then you're moving in cold, what I call moving in cold. The smart thing to do is to lead with the feet behind some parries, some head movements, or even some shots. You can use the lead foot to feint. You can feint with the foot, feint and then shoot. But most of the time, you're going to use a combination of both. It's ineffective to only lead with the hands. You need to be able to move your feet to get close to the opponent. People that just lead with the hands, what will happen is you start leaning forward, okay? Beginner boxers, a lot of them will do this. You start leaning forward and you're not moving your feet, you're gonna get caught with punches. You have to use your legs, okay? You have to use your legs for positioning. The most effective way to lead with the legs is something similar to what Lomachenko or even Guillermo Rigandao does. They'll utilize the legs to build pressure, to put the opponent under pressure, pivot, and create mistakes. That's a good way to lead with the legs, yeah? Is to force the opponent to make mistakes. Another way to lead with the legs is just to be aggressive. Something like a Mike Tyson, just tuck up, be aggressive, be on the front foot and lead with the front foot. In boxing, you want to be able to combine your defense and your offense so that it minimizes risk and maximizes reward. If we think of a snake has a head and the snake has a tail. If you attack the tail of the snake, the head is going to bite you. But most often, if you go for the head of the snake and you use a bag or something, you grab the head of the snake, the tail is useless. In boxing, if you've got good hands and you just lead with the hands and you have no legs, you're going to be like the snake. Your arms are going to be very deadly, but if an opponent has good footwork and they use their feet and they feint with their feet, you're going to be useless. You're going to have trouble. Vice versa, if you've got good legs but you don't have hands, you're going to be in trouble. What you want to do is have both as a weapon. You want to be a two-headed snake. Two-headed snake. Good footwork, leading with the feet sometimes, leading with the hands sometimes, and mixing it up. Having said that, when you're talking about leading in boxing or martial arts in general, what most people visualize straight away is throwing punches, being aggressive, being on the offense, okay? So if I say I'm going to lead with my hand, I'm going to lead with my upper body, let's say. I'm going to lead with my upper body. Most people straight away think that I'm throwing punches. Now, it's important to understand the two types of attack. You have direct attack, indirect attack. A direct attack is basically when you just shoot your punches without setting them up, or without setting them up as a counter punch. Indirect attack, on the other hand, masks or hides your attack behind something. So an indirect attack would be something like me feinting with the legs, leading with the legs, feint, and then shoot with my hand. That's an indirect attack. The way to set up counter shots is normally through a defensive maneuver first, and then you're looking to throw an attack. Okay? I can lead with my leg, but utilize that as a feint, and then throw a counter off of my opponent reacting to the feint. So I lead with my foot to instigate a reaction, boom, boom, and then I shoot. So leading with the foot, transferring that to attacking with the hands. Reverse it. I can lead with my upper body, okay, lead with my upper body. I can feint with my upper body, feint, and then I can step in. So leading with my upper body, transferring to movement and aggression through my lower body. It's really important, guys, to remember that you make that distinction. Are you trying to feint and throw an indirect attack, or are you just going for the kill? You don't want to be too predictive. The difference between leading with the upper body and lower body, well, it really depends. Are you looking to be aggressive and land shots? Are you looking to maneuver your opponent into a certain position? If you're looking to be aggressive and just land shots, you might want to favor upper body leading. If you're looking to maneuver your opponent into weak positions, you might be looking at leading with your legs. Are you playing to your own strengths and weaknesses? Do you have a better upper body movement? So another way to lead with the upper body is just to slip shots. Slip. I'm leading with the upper body by slipping and instigating my opponent to do something, and then I can counter. Is my upper body movement much better than my footwork? Or are you playing to your opponent's strengths and weaknesses? Do you know that he's got weak footwork, therefore you're utilizing your leg feints and your movements to put pressure on them so they make mistakes and maneuver them into weak positions to land your shots? Try to explore different ways. Go to the gym, go to sparring, try to explore different ways of leading with your lower body and upper body. In my next video, what I'm going to do is actually show you guys some techniques, some actual techniques that you can utilize to lead with either one. So until then, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching my video, guys. Subscribe, hit that like button, share this, comment what videos you want to see next. Just comment and I'll post them up. All right, and always remember to box sale 2019, baby. Peace.